Japanese A5 Wagyu is known as one of the most luxurious meats in the world. But what actually happens before it reaches the plate? A single steak can sell for hundreds of dollars. The marbling is so extreme, the meat looks almost white. The texture practically melts on your tongue. And every cut must pass Japan's strictest grading system before it earns the A5 name. From the genetics of the calf to the final sear, this is the full journey behind the world's most prized beef. Wagyu simply means Japanese cattle. In Japan, only 4 native breeds can carry the Wagyu name: Japanese black, Japanese brown, Japanese shorthorn, and Japanese polled. Of these, Japanese black is by far the most common and the main source of the highly marbled beef that has made Wagyu famous worldwide. When people talk about A5 Wagyu, they are not describing a breed, but a grading system. Grade A5 is the highest possible grade, awarded only after careful inspection of each carcass for marbling, color, fat quality, and texture. Famous names like Kobe, Matsusaka, and Omi refer to cattle raised in specific regions, under strict local traditions and standards. Not all Wagyu is A5, and not all Wagyu comes from the same place or bloodline. This distinction is the foundation of what makes true Japanese Wagyu unique. The story of A5 Wagyu begins long before a calf takes its first steps. The secret to the legendary marbling lies in genetics, carefully shaped over generations. Japanese black cattle, the main breed behind A5 Wagyu, are divided into distinct bloodlines: Tajima, Shiman, and Kadaka. Tajima bloodlines are especially prized for producing the finest, most delicate marbling. Breeders study each animal's structure, health, and the promise of intramuscular fat, selecting parents with records of exceptional meat quality. Every calf's pedigree is recorded from birth, with details stretching back for generations. This meticulous documentation ensures not only traceability, but also that the genetic ceiling for marbling is set before any feeding or finishing begins. In Wagyu, the foundation of value is written in the bloodline, long before a steak ever reaches the table. A Wagyu calf's life begins in a calm, carefully managed environment. The first nutrition comes from milk, either from the mother or a high-quality replacer, supporting steady growth and immune strength. Within days, small amounts of starter feed and hay are introduced, encouraging the calf's digestive system to develop at a gentle pace. Clean barns, soft bedding, and quiet surroundings keep stress low, which is essential for both health and future marbling. Farmers check each animal daily, watching for signs of illness and recording every milestone. This early attention, focused on welfare and consistency, lays the groundwork for the beef's quality long before finishing diets or grading ever come into play. Wagyu cattle mature at a pace that would seem slow by most standards. Rather than rushing to market, farmers raise them for up to 30 months, nearly twice as long as conventional beef cattle. This extended timeline is essential for developing the fine, intricate marbling that defines premium Wagyu. Diet plays a central role. Typical rations include rice straw, corn, barley, wheat bran, and other grains, but each farm crafts its own blend, adjusting the mix to suit the needs of every animal. Feed amounts and ingredients are carefully tailored, not left to chance or routine. The goal is steady, gentle growth that allows intramuscular fat to develop gradually, layer by layer. While some traditional farms may use special care like brushing or occasional treats, the real foundation of Wagyu quality is genetics, nutrition, time, and attentive management. Stories of daily beer and routine massages are mostly myth. What truly matters is the patient, precise care that shapes every cut long before grading or certification ever takes place. Once Wagyu cattle reach maturity, they are transported to certified processing facilities overseen by official inspectors. Here, every step is governed by strict protocols to ensure both safety and quality. After slaughter, each carcass undergoes a careful inspection. with trained professionals checking for any signs of disease or irregularity. The carcasses are then chilled for at least 24 hours, allowing the meat to stabilize and the marbling to become clearly visible. For the most accurate assessment, a cross-section is taken at the 6th to 7th rib. This precise location reveals the true pattern of intramuscular fat. Only after these exacting measures can grading begin, setting the stage for the highest standards in beef quality. The Japan Meat Grading Association uses a two-part system to judge every Wagyu carcass: yield and quality. Yield grade measures how much usable meat the animal provides, with A being the highest, followed by B and C. Quality grade is scored from 1 to 5, based on 5 precise criteria: the amount of marbling, the color and brightness of the meat, the color and quality of the fat, firmness and texture. The lowest score among these 5 criteria becomes the quality grade. Only beef that achieves both the top yield and the top quality, A and 5, earns the A5 mark. Marbling is further measured by the beef marbling standard, called BMS, which runs from 1 to 12. A 5 beef typically falls in the BMS 8 to 12 range, showing the highest levels of fine, intricate fat. Even within A5, there are differences. An A5 with BMS 8 is not identical to one with BMS 12. So, while A5 represents the peak, each piece still offers its own unique eating experience. After grading, the carcass is divided into familiar cuts: ribeye, strip loin, tenderloin, and sirloin, each prized for distinct texture and marbling. Authentic Japanese Wagyu never leaves the facility without a series of official documents. Each portion is matched with a certificate of authenticity, stamped with the grade, and linked to detailed traceability records. These documents can include the animal's birthplace, farm of origin, breed, and the precise A5 score it achieved. A unique identification number often follows every cut, allowing buyers and chefs to verify its journey from farm to table. This strict documentation and transparent chain of custody protect the reputation of A5 Wagyu, ensuring that what reaches the plate is genuine, rare, and fully traceable. A5 Wagyu is defined by restraint. The steak appears in small, glistening slices, never a thick cut. Its richness is unmistakable, so portions stay modest. Years of careful breeding and feeding create intense marbling, delivering deep flavor and a high fat content that can easily overwhelm if served generously. Cooking a 5 Wagyu is a matter of precision. A heavy, hot pan is essential. The steak meets the heat for only a moment, forming a golden crust while the interior remains tender and barely warmed. No elaborate sauces or marinades are needed. A pinch of salt, perhaps a touch of pepper, is enough. The intramuscular fat, the hallmark of A5, melts at a lower temperature than other beef, giving the meat a buttery, almost creamy texture that lingers. Thin slicing is both tradition and necessity, keeping the richness in check and letting the delicate fat soften without saturating the palate. A short rest after searing allows the juices to settle and preserves tenderness. Chefs know the most marbled cuts are not always best for every dish. For grilling or roasting, a lower marbling score can offer better balance, while the highest marbling shines in quick, simple preparations. Every detail of the eating experience reflects the discipline and patience behind A5 Wagyu. From the first selection of bloodlines to the final moment on the plate, the result is a steak that honors the craft at every step. Luxurious, memorable, unmistakably Japanese. Today, every slice of A5 Wagyu represents years of discipline, genetic precision, and unwavering standards. Subscribe for more stories behind the world's finest food.